Hello guys, very good morning to you. Today I'll tell you about my days in boarding school. Well, I joined boarding school in Darjeeling, St. Paul's School, when I was 13. And I joined the class 8th, and it was the first time I stayed away from home because till that time I was staying at home under the strict guardianship of my father, who was a tough taskmaster. But like my elder siblings, my elder sister and my elder brother, they were also in boarding school. I was also sent to boarding school, and well, and after coming from uh, confines of safe home and uh, spending time in the family environment, I found the life in boarding rather exciting because though there were the rules and regulations were very strict in boarding, but it wasn't like what we had at home because at home, though my father was mostly on tour, but whenever he used to come, he literally uh, took our classes and actually wanted to know how we spent the time when he wasn't around. He checked our studies, how we are doing, and how we are progressing in academics because uh, he thought that to excel in life, it is pertinent that one should do very well in academics. So, as far as studies were concerned, he had a zero tolerance policy, and so we all studied, and we had to take our studies seriously. Not that it was only under the coercion, but I was a good student, and I took my studies seriously. And being a father like I had to be doubly sure that I'm taking my studies rather seriously. Because though he was mostly absent from home, but he was a very keen observer and took very serious interest in my academic progress. Anyway, that was then when I was at home, but I was out of home, and now I had joined this boarding school, and it was one of the oldest boarding schools in India, and uh, well. Students from almost every part of country and in fact abroad, they were there in the hostel, and we had different houses. In fact, every hostel had a different name. uh, my hostel was George's, so like I belong to the George's house, and every hostel has its own cricket team and cultural club and the debating society and the extracurricular activities. And that was really very exciting for me, and I took very active interest in sports and music and extracurricular activities. I also participated in debating activities, and sometimes we had inter-house competition, and then there were two students chosen to represent the school, and sometimes the tournament was held in our school and sometimes outside our school, or sometimes there was competition in Calcutta, so we used to go. And once I was also chosen to represent the school team. That was the time, I think that was almost 2 years after I joined the school, and I was in class 10. So things were really very exciting, and especially coming from the uh, home, the life in boarding was really very, very exciting. And we used to have a lot of sports activities, and in fact, the principal of our school, in fact, mostly principals were Englishmen because it was established in the 19th century by the some Englishmen only for basically for teaching the votes of East India Company officers who were occupying India at that time. So that was an elite school, and it was meant for the children of the English officials and uh, the people who were associated with the colonial administration. But later on, they also started admitting the Indian students to make it more acceptable among the masses. But the idea was not to take students from masses. It was out and out an elite school, and my father really had to use all his influence to get me admitted there. So I was telling you that we had a lot of sports activities, and we had a very good, very fine cricket as well as football team. I was very much into cricket, and I was a regular member of the cricket team, and I also became captain in class 11th. But when I joined the school in class 8th, I had to wait almost 9 months to walk in the team because they had a very good team, and one really has to fight hard to get inside that team, and I really had to work my way to go in, to become a part of that team. But I St. Paul's school was more known for its football team because there were some Bengali students also, and as you know, the Bengalis love football, and they have inborn skill to excel well this in this game. And some of the players, they came from Calcutta, and they were really very good. And our football team in at St. Paul was dominated by Bengali students. There were some Gurkhas also, because in Darjeeling there is a lot of immigrant Nepalese population called Gurkhas, and moreover, I was not much into football, but then I used to watch their matches keenly, and I do remember that once there was a tournament and in Calcutta, and I also went along with the team because as a part of the cricket team, and they needed some guys to cheer them up because when team used to go away from Darjeeling, and they were not having the kind of support which they had in Darjeeling, so they used to take especially the sportsmen who played other games and part of the sports fraternity. So in that capacity, I accompanied the football team to Calcutta, and we are playing a very good team in the semi-final, and well, the match was being held in the Mohan Bagan club in the present that William Fort campus. So I was there, I was cheering my team, and my team was one goal down, and my goalkeeper Biswajeet Das was really one exceptional player, and he had some great saves, but when just before the interval, one of the forward took a direct shot at the goal, and Biswajeet, in order to save the goal, put his hand before the booming kick. Well, though he saved the shot, but he really he badly injured his right hand, and I think it got fractured. And the problem was that we are not having a substitute goalie, so the problem was more than half of the match was still there, and it was a semi-final match, and we didn't have the replacement goalkeeper, and that was the time our captain asked me that CK, well, I know that you play cricket and you are a regular member of our cricket team, and sometimes you also do the keeping, and so you'll really have to help us out, because now we are left with injured goalkeeper who cannot continue, and we do not have a reserve goalkeeper. And since you being a sportsman and also know how to keep, and I think well, you can do the job of goalkeeper, because we don't have any choice. And well, it was uh, I was left with no option, because the honor of my school was at stake, and the match cannot be abandoned, because that would have been a very bad commentary for the reputation of our school, because St. Paul's was always known for its high standards and having the great sportsman spirit. So I walked inside the field as a goalkeeper. Well, I think I had played some football before that, but I never played football in the role of a goalkeeper. But then the circumstances forced me to do that job, and what a time I had, because the other team, it was Calcutta, the local Bengali school club, and they were really very good and ruthless. And that day, by God's grace, and I think it was some heavenly intervention, that I saved 10 goals by using my cricketing skills. I was really like a rock in the front of that goalkeeper, and I saved at least 10 certain goals. And well, uh, and not only that, but because most of the attacks was made by the Bengali high school, and it was only one or two occasions when our forwards made it to near the goal area of the Bengali school club. But the two opportunities we got, well, our forward was fouled in a very abrasive manner, and on both the occasions we were awarded penalty, and we converted both the penalty into goals, and from being of a deficit of 1-0 down, we took a lead of 2-1, and courtesy to my fine goalkeeper skills, we won that match against all expectation. In fact, it was an upset win for our team, and we went into the final. Though we lost the final 2 days after that match, but we won the hearts of the football aficionados. As you know, Calcutta is full of sports followers, and who just love the game, and so that was one experience I still remember to the present day. So more about the life at boarding in the next episode, but the life in the boarding was one very exciting, and There are so many incidents which I like to share in the time to come. So till then, take care, stay safe, and thank you very much. And I love you all. Bye bye.